Gracias.
Wow.
15. ¿Traigo bolsa rosita? Sí, sí te vas a Gracias, ¿eh? Ujú.
Gracias. Oh man. Is there anyone out there? It is hot as hell out here, man. Emojis from someone. Thanks for the emojis. Damn, why is my... Alright. Welcome. Is there anyone out there? Hi, bro. What up, Khan? Assalamu alaikum once again. Wa alaikum assalam once again. Man, my, hold on, let me make sure my phone's charging. Alright, cool. My phone's at 25% battery. It gets drained so fast out here because of how hot it is. Your last live ended abruptly. Yeah, I guess the area I was in doesn't have 4G internet. Or the little spot I was at for a while had a bit of reception. But as I kept walking, I hit a area with 3G. And yeah, it's just not good enough to stay live. So yeah, it ended. It seems to be lost in the void too, because when I looked through my channel for my last live stream, it wasn't there yet, so it might be glitched right now. But I'm back, man. I think I I think I need to stay in the shade if I want to stay alive and stay live. I'm at 25% battery. I have a battery pack, but my phone's really wonky, which kind of sucks. Like it's really hard to to keep it charging. It slips out really easy. Your last words I heard were, "Oh shit." That's really funny. And then the live ended. Yeah, that's really funny. Because I was walking and I saw a cat. It was like a little kitten. Like under a sewer, like a water, I don't know what it's called. Like a water grate, maybe? It was like I don't know, just I thought it was dead or something. It was this tiny kitty. And its eyes were like white or yellow or something. It looked really weird. I don't know what it was about it. But it startled me, so that's why I said, oh shit. And then I happened to lose my connection soon after, so yeah, I'm not in danger. It was funny too, because Anakin had just said he hopes that I be careful and that I don't get lost. I don't know what he meant, but yeah. I'm good. I'm alive. How about you, Con? How are you doing, man? Who else is out there? There was this dude from Australia. I texted him on Instagram, and he was coming to Pakistan. Yesterday he was coming to my city, but he didn't reply to me today. I wonder why. How do you know him? Do you know him only on Instagram? I mean, that dude became friends online. I see. I mean, if I had to guess, maybe he didn't feel comfortable enough to meet you in person or something. I think it's always weird when it's like an online friendship or someone you meet online. You know, you have to be a little skeptical because there's some weird people out there. He had a small YouTube channel. Sounds kind of like me. And he was in the same city as you too? I mean, it could be a lot of things, man. Maybe he's just busy. Maybe he has a lot of plans. Maybe he's jet lagged and he fell asleep for 8 hours. Or he might just feel a little uncomfortable, maybe. He was traveling Asia. He was in Iran a few days ago. Yesterday he was coming up from Karachi to Lahore, my city, via train. And today he goes today. Did you guys agree to meet earlier? Finally, the issue has been resolved. Welcome back to Water J, the only Water J. Yeah, I guess that first stream that I tried to do glitched out. So I used that the one that you commented on earlier. I just switched the title and I used that one. But yeah, it was my internet connection. I only had 3G service at that park, which I guess is the limiting factor sometimes to live streaming. I need to have good internet connection. That was smart, bro. What was smart? Using the previous live? How to buy myself something to drink, man. It's way too hot out here. I got a Coca-Cola no sugar. Coca-Cola sin azúcar. Yes, his channel is named Lost with Usame. I mean, who knows, man? Could be a lot of things. Were you guys talking a lot, like before? Like, did he say he would meet you and stuff? Did he plan on meeting you? I don't know. Could be a lot of things. Might just be that he's uncomfortable with meeting someone that he met online. You never really know. I mean, you've been around long enough where I trust you pretty decently. But I still, would be hesitant about meeting any of you guys in real life, It's very, very different from talking on here, Last time I had this drink was like 1 year ago. Yeah. But I don't know if Jason's gonna stop by today. His nap may be a long one. He usually stops by, but we'll see, man. He's taking a nap. Did he work in the morning or something? Or does he work later? Do you guys work together, Jay? Khan says, nah. There was a few texts here and there. Could be a lot of things. I guess you're right. You might want to explore solo, I guess. Yeah. Who knows? I mean, who knows? I have no clue, man. Honestly. I mean, I don't know him. So, I don't know what kind of conversations you guys had, but I don't know. That's kind of the thing about online communication. Like, it happens all the time with like on Tinder and stuff, like on dating apps. Like, people have no idea why people do things, Like, if you get ghosted on Tinder or on a dating app, like, a lot of times we take that stuff personally. We think like, oh, what did I do wrong? Was it something I said? Am I ugly? Do I look stinky? Did I make a bad joke? But you never really know, man. Especially if like relationships, people, or dating apps are a weird landscape, man. And a lot of people are there not even to date. Fulfilling other psychological needs, desire, feeling desired. Dopamine hits. No, his day off is today. I think he was just sleeping for it. I see. It's a good way to spend a day off, man. Also, no, we don't work together. I don't even have a job right now. I see. Well, it is summer. Are you guys the same age? I think Jason. I feel like Jason mentioned graduating, but I think he's 19, almost 20. Which would make me think you guys have graduated already a little while ago. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. Are you guys recently out of high school? It's always nice to take a little break, man. In fact, I feel like some of my greatest realizations were when I took a break. I use this analogy of like, if you're like on a train and you're constantly moving, you're trying to figure out what to do with life, you keep hopping from train to train. Sometimes the best thing to do is just stop, get off the train, take a deep breath, look at the map, figure out where is it that you want to go, what train do you want to take, and then take it, and then go from there. I'm 18, he's a year older than me. Khan says, I guess I'm the only one you have seen. I mean, the rest of the guests over here are not content creators. I guess I'm the only one you have seen. I mean, the rest of the guests over here are not content creators. What do you mean by that, Khan? I'm a little confused. Wait, content creators? Question mark? The only what that I've seen? I'm a little confused. I think you found one right here, boy. I mean, they don't have videos on their channels. Are you talking about like other viewers here? The Only Water J makes content according to Jason. Oh, I was gonna check out, and actually a lot of you guys have been trying things out. Felix, I know, posts stuff. She talked about hitting 51 subs. Martio recently started doing live streams. He hit 50 subs recently as well. I was gonna check out his live stream. I forgot to. I do YouTube as well, says Water J. Let me see. Indeed. Khan, are you monetized on YouTube? I assume so. Do you make money from your YouTube channel? You got 63 subs now. Yo, I appreciate it, bro. I think that's in reference to Khan checking out your channel. Khan says that model is pretty. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I assume you're describing what you see on his channel. Man, these mosquito bites, man. Hola. Sí, aquí en vivo en YouTube. Nos vemos. My cousin just walked by. Now there's a little baby walking towards me, a little toddler. Oh,
Párate, estoy hablando. Rápido.
Ivan is my name, I-V-A-N. I made 1,500 from one video and that's all. Thanks, haha. I see. I mean, that's a lot of money. Or, I mean, assuming USD, that's a lot of money in Pakistan, right? I'm curious how monetization translates over for like live streaming, because I'm sure it's a lot different than a video. I would imagine in general live streamers have more watch time than people who post videos. I feel like money is one of those things that people tend to not talk about. But it's something I would have been interesting to talk about with the live streamers I ran into, seeing how much they make. Because I think the biggest factor would be watch time. If people are watching for a long time, then they see more ads and stuff. Sorry, Ivan. Yeah, no worries, man. Yes, it was a lot of money in Pakistan. Right. Yeah, I mean, that certainly helps, man. Nice little big chunk of money. I think on, I don't know. Maybe I ought to try Twitch as well. When I talked to the live streamers, they were saying that on Twitch there's a lot more, that's where most of their audience is. I know there's a way to like multi-stream. There's certain apps so that you can stream live on Twitch and YouTube, and it kind of like synthesizes it, like it combines it. Maybe that's the way. Ivan, that model on Jay's channel is really pretty. There's a model on his channel. Who is it? Hopefully it's not his sister or something. Water J, are you how often do you make like YouTube content? Is it something you do super regularly? Synthesize, you mean integrate? Yeah, like congregate, accumulate, integrate. Yeah, like it brings it all together. It's like all the chats from all the different apps in one place. No, it's not. It was from a while ago. I was watching a clip yesterday, oh no, this morning actually, of Mr. Beast. I'm sure you guys know who Mr. Beast is. There was a clip of him talking about like his YouTube grind and talking about how he was going at YouTube for a while, and he was like on the verge of quitting. His mom was like telling him either go to college and get a real job and quit his fantasy, or leave the house. And so he went to college apparently for like a day, and he was there and he was like, what the hell is this? He just hated it. He didn't want to be there. So he basically started like pretending to go to college, and he said it said he was like just hanging out in his car, editing videos and stuff, and just going all in on YouTube. And I guess that felt pretty reassuring, pretty like a sign almost, you know, to just keep at it. I can only grow more, you know. You guys as well, you know. If we're consistent, we're bound to grow bit by bit. But it certainly takes a lot of work. I think it's just for me a matter of being live a lot, I guess. Being live a lot, as much as I can. Haha, it's really all over the place. I can be active and take infinity breaks. I'm trying to be more consistent though. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I think the thing is like, I mean, it's kind of like, it's a trap we all fall into. You can think of it like brushing your teeth. Like, it's better to brush your teeth really shittily every day than to like brush your teeth well like once every month, you know? And it's kind of like, you wanna if you want to be consistent, you have to accept that it's going to be shitty. Or, you know, it's better to do something consistently and do it pretty shittily than not do it at all. So, yeah, like, maybe it would help to just, I don't know, post something every week, or I don't know what your goals are or what you want to do or whatnot. I feel like for me, like, I try to be live every day at least for some time, usually at least 2 hours. But you know, that goes for anything, even like working out. It's better to do, like, even if I just do push-ups in the morning every day, like that would stack up. And I'll be living proof of that, I think. Because I've been doing push-ups and it's been helping. And I wanna get more active. You know, I feel like that's one of the most valuable lessons from like working out, is like that realization that, like, I mean, that self-confidence you build, the discipline, and just, yeah, I don't know, that self-belief, you know? Charlie Deere says, what's up? How do you do, Charlie? How you doing, man? Welcome. Someone hit me with some heart emojis. Thank you for the heart emojis. Someone hit me with a like. Thank you for the like. Can everyone smash the like button for me? Good, man. Got out of work now. What do you do for work, Charlie? I don't know too much about you, man. Tell me about yourself. Jay says, but honestly, you're a very cool guy and I enjoy your streams, so shout out to you, bro. Thank you, man. It's weird, man. Charlie says, how are you, bro? I'll answer both questions at the same time. Or I guess you didn't ask a question, but I'll address both at the same time. I don't know, it's a weird feeling, man. And like lately I've been feeling more demoralized, more I don't know, just doubtful. I think part of it is like my mom. My mom doesn't really support me in doing YouTube, and I feel like I almost feel like I have to go at it alone, you know? Like you have to isolate yourself when you want to really pursue something, you know? When you have a vision of something and you want to really make it happen, I almost feel like you have to do it alone. Like people aren't gonna understand you. Some people won't even support you. Some people will try to talk you out of it. A lot of people will judge you, you know? And I feel like I don't really have many people I can talk to and like feel understood, you know? Like I don't know anyone else in my life that is like just ditching everything else to like pursue something crazy. Something that seems like a pipe dream, you know? I don't know, man. So, I mean, I'm alright, but it has been a little tough lately. And, I don't know, I'm still trying to figure it all out. I'm a sailor, bro, work on big icebreakers in Sweden. Holy shit, is that a real thing? I thought icebreakers was just I thought it was just a candy or a mint. Icebreaker mints. And then also like icebreakers, like the icebreakers people do at like a social event to get to know each other. That's pretty cool though, man. I have a friend that's a sailor. I've been meaning to talk to him and catch up with him. It's been a long time. Well, man, keep your positive energy up and trust yourself with what you do. Yeah, I'm trying my best. Hell yeah, dude, I'm currently on one called Atle. That sounds pretty sick. Is that like... I assume that's like... Is that like a ship that breaks the ice so that the path is clear for like rigs and like big ships to go through or something? Or how does that work? Keep up and keep this YouTube stuff up, man. I really like the guitar streams. Thank you, man. Ah, man. Oh my gosh, wait. This is a sign right here, Charlie. This is a divine sign. There's a guitar shop here in this Pueblo. That's exactly right, man. I see. That seems pretty cool. How do you like your work, Charlie? I didn't know you were from Sweden. We have so many people from Sweden. It's so random too. I mean, I don't know, it's so random, man. I have people from all over. Pakistan, Sweden, Spain, US. Some other places. Brazil, Marcio from Brazil. There's a music store in this town. Maybe I'll go over there. Kind of check it out. See what the situation is. I feel like ideally if I could rent a guitar, that would be nice. Worst case, I guess I could buy one. I don't know how expensive they would be. I don't really know if I want to buy one, just because it's kind of a hassle to bring around if I'm traveling around and stuff. But if I can just put it on my credit card, maybe. Actually, oh my gosh! Actually, I don't have a fingerstyle guitar anymore. So I think I could justify it if I buy like a acoustic classical guitar, fingerstyle guitar, because I don't have one anymore. And I really liked when I did have one. They're really nice to play. It feels really nice to play, and I can do a lot of the fingerstyle stuff that I otherwise couldn't. It's hard work, but the money is good, and you should definitely get a guitar. All right, Charlie. You know what? You're right, Charlie. You're freaking right, man. I'm gonna go. I'll go. Once my battery's charged up some, I'm gonna go check out the guitar shop. It's about time. I think it could change my, yes sir. I think it could change my, my life. In a way. I feel like that's the thing. Like I feel like it's hard for me to feel out my emotions. It's hard for me to be in tune with my emotions. And I feel like music is, I guess that's what music is in my life, or has been in my life. It's kind of like, it's like that way to feel the things I otherwise can't, to understand myself in the ways that I otherwise couldn't. And I did enjoy doing those music streams the couple times that I did them. So you know what? After my phone is charged up, I'm gonna head over there. Although I'm not making any progress, I'm still at 25%. So I'm net neutral here. Me and my father was watching you a couple weeks ago, and we loved the original songs you were playing. No way. Really? Wait, that's insane. I would have never guessed someone's watching me if they're dead. How old are you, Charlie? That's incredible. Thank you for sharing that detail, man. Antonio Rodriguez Casares says hi from Mexico. Hello, Antonio. Hola, Antonio. Bienvenidos. Welcome. How are you doing, man? ¿Cómo estás? What part of Mexico are you from? ¿Qué parte de México estás? I'm 24, man. How old are you? I am 25. That's really cool, dude, that you watch with your dad. That's actually super cool. Tanks. That's hilarious. I love saying tanks, man. Instead of thanks, I say tanks. When I was in China, I would always tell my friends, I would say, instead of thanks, dog. Like in the US, we say dog. as like homie or like a friend or something like that. So we would say like thanks dog, but I started saying thanks dog, and I started using like these WeChat stickers that basically I would just send a tank emoji or like a tank sticker and then a dog sticker. And that's how I would say thanks to people. Nogales, Sonora. Nogales, Sonora. Frontera de los Estados Unidos. Interesting. ¿Hablas inglés también, Antonio, o solo español? Do you speak English as well or just Spanish? I have a cousin that's in Sonora right now. Tengo un primo en Sonora. He's out there in the desert. He seems to really like the desert for some reason. Puro español, amigo. Ah, ok. Pues te lo digo en español entonces. Tengo un primo ahorita que está en Sonora y a él le encanta, no sé por qué, pero le encanta el desierto y pues allá anda ahorita viviendo allá. Quiero hablar con él. No he hablado con él en unas semanas, unos meses. I want to talk to him. I haven't caught up with him in a few weeks, a few months. But are you playing in a band or just writing on your own? Man, I used to be in a band in high school, and man, it's a long story. It's a long story. I want to tell it at some point, but I feel like people would enjoy it, so maybe sometime when there's a lot of people in here. But the gist of it is there was like a love triangle between me and my friend and this girl, and we basically like it just ruined our friendship. And all three of us stopped being friends basically. A whole bunch of drama. But yeah, I was in a band and then our band broke up. I really loved being in that band. I really loved music at that point in my life. And music was like everything, man. In high school, I was valedictorian at my school, so I was ranked #1 by like grades. And I was like, I was in my last semester or something, or maybe my last year. And I was gonna give up on the grades and just like throw away my valedictorian status in pursuit of just going all in on music at that point. And I was gonna take like only music classes, like choir, guitar class, piano class, jazz band, orchestra maybe, or I don't know what I was gonna do. But I basically just needed like an English class for my senior year if I wanted to graduate. So for a little while I was considering just going all in, doing only music classes besides like an English class, but I guess I kind of got talked out of it, and ended up still going for valedictorian, still going for rank #1. And I guess with the whole band drama thing, music just kind of got ruined for me in a way. I was talking about this the other day with Anakin when he was in here, one of the other viewers. But I don't know, it's always just been a very turbulent relationship with music. I recently tried hitting up that friend, because we were on bad terms, but then we were cool. And I, like maybe a few months ago, hit him up trying to get the band back together, to get back in a band with him. But I had been messaging him over time, over the past few years, and he never replied. He was never replying. And before I left for China in like October 22, we were cool. We had hung out. And I don't know what happened, what changed, but yeah, it was just, he just stopped replying to me at some point, and I sent him this paragraph asking like, hey, like it seems like you're ignoring me. I don't really know what to make of it, but I just kind of said, everything I wanted to say. That I appreciated him, appreciated all the memories. Like if our friendship's done and he doesn't want to talk anymore, like that's cool, you know. But I would love to create a band again and get back together. And he never replied. So yeah, damn bro, that love triangle must have been rough. What did you learn from that experience? What did I fucking learn, man? It was rough. It definitely was. I used to call it my origin story. Kind of like, I don't know. It was like the main, like the most pivotal main event in my life for a long time, and I felt it really defined me. I don't know, dude. It was a mess, man. It really was. I don't know what I learned. I still don't know what the right move would have been. You know? I've talked to people about it over the years, and I feel like there's no real consensus on like what each person should have done. Because in essence, like, I don't know. I don't know if you know what bro, like, in the US you hear a term that's like bros before hoes, where it's basically like, you know, brothers before like girls, like prioritize your friends over like chasing like a woman. And basically like me and my friend both had a crush on the girl. Of course, man, the bro code. Yeah. We both had the crush on the same girl, and you know, we had like we went on a walk once where I thought we kind of established, or like we both were aware that we liked the same girl. So like, you know, I was thinking like bro code, like, you know, like neither of us can pursue her. It just can't be done. Like our friendship means more than that. Like it would ruin our friendship if one of us started dating her. And it wasn't explicitly talked about, but that was kind of the understanding I had, you know? How much time do you have, Charlie? Honestly, if you'll listen, I'll tell you the whole story. It might take a little while though, maybe like 15-20 minutes. But I don't want to ramble into it if it's on deaf ears. Bro, please. I'm invested now. Alright, dude. I'll hit you with it. Basically, this was like junior year of high school. Me and my boy pronto iré a un curso de inglés para seguir tus en vivo live. Ah, lo agradezco, Antonio. Sí, pues también quiero practicar mi español y hablar en español. Pero sí, es difícil a veces. Pero pues sí, si aprendes inglés, muy bien. Y también puedes venir aquí a practicar porque también voy a estar hablando en inglés también. Pero pues sí, ahorita voy a decir una historia, pero sería demasiado difícil traducirlo. Entonces, perdón, pero déjame saber cuando estás en el live, en el vivo y traduzco para ti. Un gusto. Adiós, Antonio. Oh, no sé si te vas, pero si te estás yendo, adiós. Gracias por llegar aquí. Yeah, I was telling Antonio that. Antonio was saying he's gonna learn. Oh, no me voy. Okay. Shoot, maybe I could translate the whole story. I don't know, it's a lot of work to translate, honestly. Alright, sorry, Antonio. Perdón, Antonio. Voy a platicar en inglés porque es demasiado trabajo traducir toda esta historia, pero te lo digo, lo voy a decir en inglés ahorita. Y a ver si algún día lo digo en español. I feel a little bad. But it is hard to like translate everything in English and in Spanish, you know? But I'm gonna just say the story in English for now. This is cool, yeah. Yeah, basically this is like sophomore, junior year of high school. We, you know, we were really close at that point. We had only known each other for a while. I forget how we met. I think we met in a summer school class. Don't feel bad, dude. We're both here for it. De perdida veré tu rostro. Tu rostro. No sé qué significa. No, I meant feel bad as in like, because like I feel like it'll be really hard to translate the whole story in Spanish as I say it in English. But yeah. But yeah. So I met the dude like over summer school. I had another friend named Nomar. I get that, yeah. And he introduced me to him. We were all in the same class, and I played guitar. I was really into music, and I found out that he played drums. So, you know, we started like jamming out after every like Friday or a lot of days over the summer. We would meet up and go play music in his garage, the cave we called it. And yeah, we would. You know, we got really close really quick. We kind of got a band going, and we started like meeting up like every Friday for that whole summer. It was a really special summer. And yeah, we just became really close. And you know, there was this other girl, I forget if she was in our summer school class too, but she started like coming around as well. So she started going to our band meetings. She was really into music as well. She was kind of like, I don't know, not your typical girl. Like, she was into like metal. She was a little more like hardened, a little more like hanging around with guys and stuff. And I think for the guys, for people like me, you know, there was a certain allure to her. She was like very bubbly. She had a great sense of humor. All these things. And so, you know, over time, she was hanging out with us, and she became like our friend, and she was there at the band meetings every week. And you know, at some point, you know, I start kind of getting a crush on her, and so does my drummer. My guitarist, luckily, no. The other guitarist, no. But at some point, you know, I think we were going into our senior year of high school, and you know, at some point, me and my boy, Noah was his name, we go to like on a trail, like to walk, or a bike ride or something actually. I think we went on a bike ride, but one of the bikes popped, so we ended up walking. But it was like an evening, you know, it was like super like bro to bro. We were having a good time. And shoot, actually, give me 30 seconds. I'll be right back. I need to get more data. I hope they didn't charge me twice or 3 times. But yeah, so we're at this this walkway. We're having a good like bro to bro chat. We're getting really deep. And you know, I think at this point it's senior year. I think I had like an English class with this girl. And you know, she would be really like playful and like flirty, and she would like sit like, I think she sat behind me, and she would kind of like just be very very flirty, like kind of messing with me and like talking to me a lot. And I don't know, I was kind of developing more of a crush on her. So you know, we're having this chat, and I'm like, dude, you know that one girl, her name was Grace. I was like, I feel like I kind of have a crush on her. Like, you know, like I have English class with her, and she's been really flirty and like teasing with me a lot, and I don't know, she's kind of cute, blah blah blah. And then he was like, oh really? Like, oh, she's been kind of the same way with me. She's been flirty with me as well, blah blah blah. And I kind of like her too. I have a crush on her too. So I was like, oh, damn, shit. You know, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I didn't say anything, but in my mind I was kind of like, okay, well, we both have a crush on her. Like, what? We can't like pursue her, right? Like, we're really close friends. Like, it would get between us. Like, it would make things messy. So, you know, that was kind of the. I kind of went with that in my mind. Like, all right, bro code. Like, bros before hoes. It's done. It's whatever. We move. And you know, the semester kept going, and come like November, December, late into the first semester, they started dating, and I was like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? And you know, it was really weird for me because like I was like I felt a little betrayed. That's such a grown way to think, man. Maybe that's what I thought, but apparently it wasn't, man. But yeah, I mean, that's what my assumption was at such a young age as well. Yeah, I was like 17, 18 at that point. But you know, I think it gets worse. It gets a lot worse. We're just getting started, man. I said 15, 20 minutes. This might be 30 minutes, maybe an hour. But oh my gosh. Yeah, basically they start dating, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this really sucks. Like, it's really awkward. And you know, I kind of like invalidate myself. I minimize my feelings, and I kind of just shove it down. I bottle it up, and it really sucked. I felt pretty betrayed, but I also felt like, okay, well, what can I do? Like, I don't want to ruin their relationship. Like, who am I to like, you know, be like, oh, like, can you guys not date? Like, this is really weird, you know? And so I was like, fuck. Like, I guess I just have to take the hit. You know, who am I to, you know, he was really happy, you know, he was kind of sad before, and like being in a relationship, you could see that he was really happy. He had changed for the better. He was like on cloud 9. And so, I don't know. I guess I tried to be a little too noble, take it like a man, you know. That's what I try to do. But I don't really feel like it worked because, you know, I kind of just like didn't address it. I noticed over time, I got that, yeah. I noticed over time that like I just felt uncomfortable around them. Like, I didn't want to be around them. We would hang out like after school at this certain spot, and like once they started dating, like I just couldn't bear it. Like, I would be there for a little while, and then I'd be like, this sucks, like I want to get out of here. And I didn't really have the awareness yet at that point. I was just kind of acting off of my instinct. But I realized, like, in retrospect, that I was just really uncomfortable being around them, and it felt really shitty. And I started feeling resentful as well. And so, you know, this was like December 2016. So for the next like months, just slowly, gradually, like I started spending less time with them. Started spending less time with Noah. The band stopped meeting as much. Kind of just like dwindled off, and you know, it sucked because I had a class with both of them. I had jazz band for 0 period, like before school, and I had that with him. And then later in the day, I had choir, and I had choir class with her, with the girl. As long as my other bandmate, his name was Nomar. And so, you know, Nomar was kind of like the spectator. You know, he knew both of us. He was our bandmate. And so I kind of vented to him a lot, and he was kind of like that spectator that kind of knew both sides. And I would try to like talk to him for advice and like to kind of get it off my chest. And it was really helpful to have him around. But I still didn't really know what to do, you know? And so it kind of just was like a slow bleed. Little by little, I was like spending less and less time around them. I was feeling more and more resentful and just hated being around them. And so like in jazz band, like I limited my interactions with him. I kind of pretended things were cool, but they really weren't. And I don't know if he really picked up on it. I think over time he probably realized something was a little off, but neither of us really addressed it, you know? And funnily enough, come March, on my birthday, I started to work out. You know, I felt like I needed an outlet for all this negativity, and you know, I was like, fuck, like this sucks. Like let me start hitting the gym. So on my birthday, I got like a guest pass, and I went to the gym for the first time. I had some friends that were really into working out, and yeah, like I started just trying to get an outlet for it, for all the negativity, and I started hitting the gym pretty regularly. And at that point, I was a little overweight, not super fit. So, you know, after some weeks, like those beginner gains were kicking in, those newbie gains, and I was starting to look better, you know, look more attractive, more confidence and stuff like that. So it was really nice. Where it gets complicated though is like, at some point, the girl, nice dude, nice, yeah. At some point, the girl, who's, like I said, she's in a different class where it's just me and her and Nomar, our other bandmate. The girl starts noticing as well, and she starts like complimenting me, and like she starts getting flirty again. She hadn't for months, you know. At this point, they'd been dating for like 4 months or something, 5 months. But she starts like getting flirty with me. She starts like, I remember we would be like in piano class, and she would like ask me to flex. Ha 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 ha, no flipping way. No dude, no cap dude. It gets bad, it gets really bad. In piano class she would like say like, ooh, like Ivan, like your biceps are getting bigger, and she would like ask to like look at my biceps, and like she'd want to touch my body, touch my muscles, and like touch. I remember she would talk about like, I forget what it was. I don't know if it was like the dent right here or like in the like inside of the arm, but she would like comment on it and want to like touch it, and she was just getting really weird, really really flirty. That's a comeback if I ever heard one. I don't know, man. It gets bad, it gets bad, it gets bad. But basically, she starts getting flirty. It starts getting really uncomfortable, because it's like, it's kind of like, you know, this like tug of war, this conflict where it's like, you know, I feel pretty betrayed by my friend, but at the same time, like, I want to be like loyal. I still like, I don't know, I want things to be good again. And so I tried to be like noble for a long time, and I kind of like did it at the expense of my own feelings and my own well-being. And so I was like, you know, being really respectful of their relationship, and it was really uncomfortable. And even though I wasn't like, I felt a lot of resentment for my friend, I was like, all right, this is pretty uncool. Like, they're dating, they're in a relationship, they're exclusive, and she's like flirting with me and stuff. And so, you know, over time it kind of it starts building up, it gets worse. And come like April, May, you know, we were still meeting for the band, but like at a pretty minimum, just like once a week, and in preparation for Battle of the Bands. Do you know what Battle of the Bands is, Charlie? I don't know if you guys have it, but it's like, it's this event that a lot of high schools do, where like basically a lot of local bands, no clue, man. Yeah, a lot of local bands get together and like compete. There's like these judges, and basically they perform in front of the school, and they compete as like a competition. So there's like judges that kind of grade us, and like, you know, on like originality, performance, like energy, like musicality, stuff like that. And so, you know, we were signed up for Battle of the Bands. It was me, Noah, who's dating the girl, whose name was Grace, my buddy Nomar, and then we had a bassist and a singer, who don't really come into play the story. But basically, like, that's rolling around, and, you know, we're gonna perform, and yeah, this is one of like the benchmark events. So basically, like, we're doing Battle of the Bands, and at this point, like, it's been a few months. I've been working out for a little while. I'm looking pretty good. I've made a lot of progress, and she's gotten more and more flirty. to the point where she's flirting in front of him, like in front of both of us, and it's just super uncomfortable. Like I remember we arrived at the venue, and it was like a couple hours before, and she was like, Noah, look. She was like, have you looked at Ivan? Like he's been hitting the gym. Like look at his bicep. Like both of you guys flex. Both of you guys compare your biceps. Whose bicep is bigger? That's bad for real. It was, man. And it was so fucking awkward because I could tell it was super uncomfortable for Noah, my buddy. It was super uncomfortable for me, but she was like telling us to like compare our biceps, and I just kind of like reluctantly like went with it. And I was like, haha, yeah, blah, blah. And it was just super uncomfortable, dude. And it just gets worse. Like we did our Battle of the Bands, we performed. She brought like roses, like fake roses, and like she like threw them on stage, and like she gave some to me, like in front of Noah, like after our performance, and it was just this whole thing that was just so uncomfortable, so weird, and just so, I don't know, man. I don't know what it was all about. But, you know, it's just getting worse and worse. And no one really addresses it. No one, like, talks about it. I think they argued that night. I kind of remember them, like, arguing or something. But it was just really weird stuff. And then I think the next main event was prom night. We had a prom night where we were all in the same limousine. Do you know what prom is, Charlie? Do you guys do prom in Sweden? Egg says, told you. What'd you tell me? But I could come back and you'd still be on. That's true. Welcome back, man. I'm telling a story about my love triangle, diabolical clown fiesta from high school. But do you guys have prom, Egg, in Scotland? In high school, prom night? Are you still there, Charlie? I kind of get that this Noah got upset though. To him, it must have seemed that he was about to take his girl. I see. Yeah, probably something like that. Yeah, it was really awkward. You could see the uncomfortableness on his face. We have prom, yes. Okay, cool. Now we have a ceremony for making it through, that's about it. I see. Drew is back. Welcome back, Drew. I'm telling a story about a love triangle in high school. Welcome. So basically, prom rolls around, and at this point things are getting pretty bad. I talked to my buddy Nomar, who was our other bandmate, and I'm like telling him like, dude, like what do I do? Like this is like super uncomfortable. It's kind of tearing me apart. Cause like on one end, like I still have my emotions, man. I still have my feelings. Like I still kind of have a crush on her, and so like in a way it feels good that she's like giving me attention and like, you know, doing all these things. But like at the same time, like you know they're dating, so like I'm trying to respect the relationship and stuff. And I don't know, he kind of just is there for me to vent to, but it just didn't really seem like there's a good way to go about it. And so at some point I have this idea of like talking to her and like addressing everything and like asking her like what's going on. Like says there's a mini high school dance because we call final year of high school we call 6th year, but there are only about 15 6 years every year. Everyone drops out. Really? Oh my gosh, that's a tiny graduation class. But yeah, I have this idea to like, you know, talk to her, and like address her and like kind of be like, yo, like you need to chill, like you need to stop flirting with me, like you're dating my boy Noah, like you gotta calm down. And you know, I had the idea. I kind of put it on standby for a little while. I didn't get around to it. And then prom rolls around, and we're all in the same limousine, and it gets really awkward. She's like, it was so unlucky, dude. Me, her, and Noah, all three of us, were in the same like classroom. So basically before prom night, we all hang out in like different classrooms for like the bus that we're gonna take to the venue. And we happen to get randomly assigned to the same room, same bus. And so we're all waiting for that same bus, and it's like a classroom of like 20, 30 of us, and it's so unlucky. Like, I don't know anyone in that classroom. Everyone else is like in my grade, but I don't know them. So it's just like I only have them two to talk to. And at this point, like, oh my god, wait. Hold on a second. Oh my god. I think I missed a very significant detail. Oh my god. It's all coming back to me. It gets so much worse. Yapa, first, second, third, fourth have about 350 in each year, so it's pretty crazy, but the school is massive. I see. Oh my gosh, I just remembered something, guys. Jesus Christ. Hold on. Put a hold on prom night. Prom night was the day, I think it was the day, our last day of school. I think it was that night. That was the other milestone event. On the last day of school. So I don't know, do you guys have yearbooks? Haha, flashback, yeah. I don't know, do you guys have yearbooks where like people sign like a yearbook with everyone's pictures? Like they have like an autograph area, like a few pages where people just write like a note and stuff. I assume you guys probably might have it too. But it was the last day of school. We have these yearbooks, and she tells me in our piano class that she wants to sign it. So I'm like, all right. I give her my yearbook, she takes a marker, and she's sitting like in the stands for, actually I think this is choir class. But she's sitting in the stands, not in Sweden, mate. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's basically like a book where the main important part is that you can sign like a note or an autograph or something. And so she goes off with my yearbook and like writes me something, and she tells me not to read it until at the end of the school day. And this was like 4th period, 5th period out of 6 periods. So, ooh, it's starting to rain. So she tells me she writes like a letter, a note for like 10 minutes or something. And she tells me not to open it, not to read it until the end of the school year, the end of that day. And so, you know, I try to stick to it. She writes it, I head out. And in my last period, 6th period, I don't know if it was like copium, if I was just like trying to make an excuse, but I remember looking through my yearbook, just trying to see how filled out it was, you know, see how many people wrote in it, how much was written. And I flipped to this page where it's just like the whole page or half the page is just full, probably like half page, just a big block of black text. 350 times 450, 2,000. We have yearbooks, so we sign our names on our mates' shirts, and we keep the shirts as keepsakes. Oh, okay, yeah. We do it as in the book. But yeah, I open to this page. This half-page, huge paragraph in black text, and I don't read it, but my eyes do catch one sentence. Just one sentence, which is the PS. I don't know what PS means actually, but it said PS at the bottom of the whole block, and it said, I have a crush on you, or I have a little crush on you. And this was my last period of class in the high school. I was bewildered. My heart was pounding. I was like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? She's insane. She's crazy. What is she doing? She literally admits to me that she has a crush as she's dating my friend. And so I'm like shook. I was with my, how did that make you feel, bro? Post sentence, I think. Oh, okay, that would make sense. Dude, I was bewildered. I mean, in some sense, I was like, actually, I don't even know. I don't think I could even think. But I just felt like super uncomfortable, super just bewildered. And, you know, my boy Nomar, he drove us home that day. He drove to school. And I remember telling him about it, and I ended up reading the rest of it in the car with him, I think. And he sort of she kind of just blabbles on about like, oh, like Ivan, like I'll miss you so much. Like I'll never forget like the time that we did this, and like, oh my gosh, like I hope we can like go to a Tool concert and like eat hot dogs. All these things. And just sort of just, I don't know, all this shit, man. And I was just like, what the fuck? And I remember going to, we went to like this waterfall. It must have felt good in some kind of way, no? I guess so. I guess it did in some way. But I think it was more tormenting than anything, because it was like, am I weird for thinking that? I'm sorry, a bit out of pocket. That's how things work here, Lamel. No worries, Zach. I mean, no, I don't think you're weird for thinking that. It did feel good in some sense, you know? Like, I had a crush on her too, but it felt like a fucking nightmare, like a fever dream, you know? Like, yeah, she likes me, but she's dating my friend, and they've been dating for a long time. And so it's kind of like this tantalizing, like, you know, something that can never be. Love that can never be. And so, I don't know. But I go out to like a waterfall, like this nature-y park with my friend after school. He drives us. And I'm kind of just like thinking things through. Because prom is that same night. That same night is prom night. And, you know, we're all in the same limousine, so I knew I was going to see them later. So I was just like trying to process, trying to figure out what the fuck to do. I thought everywhere if someone had a crush on you at that age, you just take them home and have some Netflix and chill. Maybe that's just me. I don't even think Netflix existed back then, my boy. Times have changed. This was like 2017. Might have existed. But nah, they were dating. You might have missed that part, but it's basically my friend and my bandmate is dating the girl. Jason says, I'm finally here. How you doing? I'm alright, Jason. Thank you for dropping by. I'm telling a story of my love triangle in high school. I don't want to say shag because that might offend you. Nah, I'm familiar with the term. I had some British friends in China. They would use the word often. It's raining. It's a beautiful day though. There's still some light, some clearing over there. But I'm under a tree, so I think I'll be okay. Well, Netflix's chill is just a nicer way to say shag, is it not? Probably. You lagging bad already. Really? I should be pretty good. I have 3 bars, 4G. Charlie is laughing. Yeah. Basically, Charlie, that's a nice way. Yeah. But yeah. Basically, prom night rolls around. It's that same day. I have this knowledge that this girl has a crush on me. This girl is dating my friend. You aren't lagging. Jason's lagging, I think. I see my good friend came by. He did, yeah. No lag here, mate. So, I get super unlucky. I'm in the same room as as both of them. And I have to I feel like I just have to play it cool, you know? I have this knowledge that my boy doesn't. Stop reading the comments, I want the story. I will. I'll finish it out here. I have this knowledge that my friend doesn't. That this girl that who's dating is agree. Has a crush on me. Oh my god. Holy shit. That lightning is insane. And so I'm in the room, I feel super uncomfortable. I feel extremely uncomfortable. Extremely like emotionally like tormented. She's like all giggly and smiley and like and just like being super playful, just being her usual self, as if nothing new has happened. You know, as if it's all just a game. And I'm just like, what the fuck, man? And so I'm in there, there's no one else that I know in the room, so I kind of just have to talk with them, or just like kind of be as chill as I can, as normal as I can, and not let on to this secret fact. And so I remember at this time, I don't know if you guys remember bottle flipping, but I was like just trying to kill time just by bottle flipping onto the desk. And so I was just like minimizing my chatter with them, just trying to just stay in my own world, keep my sanity. And I had this bottle with a bit of water and I was just flipping it. And I remember at some point my boy Noah even says to me, he's like, "Damn, Ivan, like, are you all right? Like, you seem like you're emotionally tormented," or something like that. And he was spot on, man. He was so right. He was so right. I don't know how he knew. It must have been pretty obvious. But I remember playing it off. I remember just being like, ah, ha, 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 yeah, emotionally tormented, haha. Just some shit, you know? I was like, yeah. And he was so right though. I was in agony. I was in emotional agony. It was such a mess. I felt super awkward, super uncomfortable. And you know, eventually the time passes by. We get on the bus. They're sitting behind me. It's super awkward. I try not. Oh my god. Wait. I fucked it up. I fucked up the story. This isn't prom night. This is This is not prom night. This is what do they call it? I forget what they call it. But it's not for prom. It's for going to like a theme park. We were going to Six Flags. That's what it was. We were going to Six Flags. But everything else is correct. The only difference is this is not prom night. We were going to Six Flags. So it was like an hour drive. They're sitting behind me. I remember trying to just pretend that I was falling asleep because I was super uncomfortable. And they were kind of arguing and bickering in the back a bit. She was like messing with me a lot. And she was like trying to talk to me, ask me a lot of questions. And I remember Noah was feeling super uncomfortable. He was like, "Grace, like, just leave him alone, like he's trying to sleep, like blah blah blah." It was just a mess. It was horrible. Once we arrived there, I just tried to just not, I went with my own friends. I didn't spend time with them. And I tried to spend as little time as possible. But by the end of the night, she was texting me. Back then we used Kik, the texting app Kik. I don't know if you guys know it. But she was texting me and she was like, "Hey, like, let's go on a ride together at some point before the night ends." And we were out there till like 3 a.m. or something. And so it was really late at night and we decided to go on like Tatsu or X2 or something. And I didn't say anything to her when she arrived. Why not use Snap? Snap did not exist back then. Or maybe it did. I wasn't on it yet though. But yeah. We meet up and I feel super awkward and like I don't really want to ride with her. I don't really want to ride with her. I feel like it's going to be super awkward. And so I just kind of ignore them. I kind of say to myself as much as I can. I even like pretend to fall asleep on the floor. And eventually we get to the front and there's like an odd number of us. There's like 9 of us. So someone has to ride by themselves. I was feeling like shit. So I was like, "Guys, like, you guys ride together. Like, everyone, you guys ride together." There was this one friend of ours who like they kind of didn't like, so they usually put him by himself. But I was like, "Nah, like let our boy ride with someone else. Like I'll take the hit. Like I don't even want to be with people right now." That was what I was thinking in my head. So I go into the far lane by myself for the roller coaster. And I have my back towards everyone. I'm kind of just like, fuck my life, man. What is this shit? And from the bar next to me, she came. The girl, Grace, she comes under the bar and she's standing there next to me. And now Noah was by himself. The other guy was by himself. She chose to ride with me instead of her own boyfriend. And I remember just feeling so awkward and like I didn't even want to look back. I didn't even want to see his face or see what reactions were happening. But it was horrible, man. And we get on the ride and it's just terrible. It's a horrible time. I pretend like I'm enjoying it. I'm like, it was horrible. It was horrible. And we go home, same thing. I try to just sleep and just sleep it off like it's a whole nightmare. And she's like, they're behind me. I remember they were, oh my gosh, I remember they were arguing because she was cold and he was trying to give her a sweater. He was trying to give her a sweater, but she was like declining it. She was actually really assholey to him. She was really mean to him. And like he was like trying to be a gentleman, and she was like, Noah, like stop being so clingy or something like that. It was a mess. She was a dickhead. And it was just a mess. Which just reminded me of another memory that popped up. When we were trying to, actually hold on, let me finish this one out. Basically we go home, she's like trying to talk to me, it's just a whole mess. I remember there was some drama too, because like oh, that was the other thing. Her parents were racist and Noah is black. So she wanted to stay with him that night, but couldn't because her parents wouldn't let her. They didn't even know he was dating him actually. So I ended up, oh my God, it's all coming back to me. She actually faked, fuck me. Oh my God, fuck me, I'm mixing it up. I think I lost you guys already. Oh my gosh, I'm mixing it up. For prom night, she faked her prom date. She faked her prom date. She got one of our white friends to go pick her up so that her parents would think that she was dating him. And oh my gosh, yeah. And so yeah, there was that night with the, I forget what they call it, grad night, I think they call it. With the roller coaster and stuff. What the fuck? Fucking tornado or something just hit me. Jesus Christ. There was that grad night, that was its own mess. Then there was prom night. And I remember for prom night, similar thing happened where we were all trying to decide, there wasn't enough room for everyone in the limousine. So we were all trying to decide who wouldn't go on the limousine, and some of the guys were talking in secret about kicking out another guy. And I was like, alright, that's kind of fucked up. Like, I'll take the hit. Like, I don't really want to go in that car anyways. It's going to be really awkward. So I offered to not go on the limousine. And I remember she was really like defensive. Like she was really like protective of me. She was like trying to be like, no, like Ivan, like go with us. And everyone else, you know, was like just not knowing what to do. And I remember Noah at some point was like, Grace, like what's the problem? Like he's offering to like not go, like let him not go. And that's another time. That's what I'm thinking of. That's another time where she was like, Noah, like stop being so clingy, and she ended up like storming out of the room. And he chased after her, and it was a mess, man. But hold on, let's see what Egg said here. He told me to not read the comments, but he can't be commenting paragraphs and telling me not to read them, man. I gotta read them. WTF there, and he brought his girlfriend and went, wait, did I miss a message? My friend has a girlfriend. She is such a C. This one time me and my friends went to a restaurant on Brody's birthday, and he came to the restaurant not knowing me and our friends were there. Basically, he brought his girlfriend. We went over to say happy birthday. She put her hand and wrapped around him thinking we were going to kidnap him. She started shouting at us, telling us to leave him alone. All we were doing was wishing him a happy birthday. She caused a massive scene. What the fuck? They can wait. Oh, well, too late. I already read it. But yeah, that was like pre-prom planning. She did a massive scene against him, and it was super embarrassing. Everyone was just perplexed as to why. And then for prom night itself, it was a bit of a mess too. She wanted to dance with me at some point, I think. Maybe, I don't know. I tried to just stay away from her. I didn't want anything to do with all that shit. But on the way back, I remember that was when I used my tech as well. I will save my question until the end, bro. I'm listening closely. Alright, sounds good, man. I had long hair at this point in my life too, so I remember for the ride back from prom, I like had my hair down, and I was just like pretending to sleep. I was just like this, just slumped, slumped in the limousine. And I remember she was sitting like, I was like sitting like this, and she was sitting like sideways facing me, like perpendicular. And I remember I was pretending to sleep, and she put her legs up. She kicked her legs up and put them onto my knees. She rested her legs on my knees in front of her boyfriend, who was sitting right next to him. Which is just so weird, man. I was like, what the fuck are you doing, man? It was just so awkward. And so, you know, I just pretend to be asleep. I don't want anything to do with it. And there was this whole thing where, like, she ended up sleeping over at another friend's house that night, and, like, Noah, like, suspected that, like, she might have cheated on him, and all these things. It was just a mess. And so, alright, that kind of wraps up the school year. Hold on, what the fuck is going on? Jason said, fuck, why am I having a effing mental breakdown right now? What's going on, Jason? I just remember that night when you said clingy girlfriend, Lamo. Crazy friend group, not gonna lie. That's mad. I'll continue the story once I know Jason's okay. What's going on, Jason? Fuck, again. Jason, do some push-ups. Punch your bed, man. Punch the pillow. Scream into your pillow. That's a great one too. Grab your pillow, shove it in your face, and go, ah! Do something, man. Quick. Don't think. Just do. Just don't break anything. Yelling into your pillow works like a charm. Or punching your bed, punching your pillow. But yeah, that's like phase 1. Or phase 2 maybe. Phase 1 is probably God damn it, these sons of hitches. Phase 1 was like before they started dating, when we were just all friends. Phase 2 was they started dating and all this shit happened. On to phase 3, which was my attempt to set boundaries and reconcile. Or just to set boundaries. I mentioned earlier that I had this idea of like talking to her and being like, yo, you need to chill the fuck out. And so that's the next thing I tried to do. I asked her if she wanted to go for a walk to talk. And she probably thought it was like a freaking date or something, which I guess in a way it kind of ended up being. But I did manage to bring it up by the end. We went up to like the hills, and you know, I mentioned to her like the yearbook entry she made where she admitted she had a crush on me. I'm like what's going on here? Like what do you want? Like what are the intentions? Like why did you tell me this? You know, like you literally have a boyfriend, you're dating Noah. Why? Like why? And she's like, I don't know. It was just all a game to her. I don't know what it was, man. She's like, I don't know. And I kind of told her then, I was like, alright, like, after being Christian, I'm gonna do shit whenever I want. I don't know what that's about, Jason. Why did my comment delete? He might have used a curse word or something. What's going on, Jason? I don't understand. Because YouTube is dumb AF. YouTube is dumb AF. I'm Confucian. I'm a little confused, Jason. I don't know what's going on, man. Take some deep breaths, though. Some deep breaths and punch your bed, punch your pillow, smash your pillow, yell into your pillow. Do something, man. Get that energy out. do? Do I continue? Are you alright, Jason? I don't know what to interpret from ... I just break my effing table. Don't hit your table, bro. Hit your bed. Hit something soft. Scream into a pillow, bro. Trust me on that one. Scream into a pillow. Is Charlie still there? Who's in here? I think my viewer count is not accurate. Charlie and Egg. I'm here, bro. Okay. I hope I'm not going on too long here. All over a effing egg. God damn it. You're trying to cook an egg? It's a little ironic because egg is in here. It's alright, Jason. It happened, man. What happened, happened. Do some push-ups. Punch a pillow, man. Do something. Take some deep breaths, too. First and foremost. Shit is dumb AF. It's alright, Jason. It's alright, man. Deep breaths. Take them with me. Ready? Again. One more time. Did you do it? Did it help? It surely helps. Now people in chat will hate me. It's alright, Jason. The chat is just chat. The story will continue, but that's not important, man. Your well-being is important. Jason, man, come so clear to talk to your family if you're feeling bad, or stay and listen to the great story, man. We're here for you, but true. I would definitely vent. Find an outlet. Like, I'm not kidding when I say scream into a pillow. It actually, I've done it, no cap. Also punching pillows, punching blankets, like punching something soft. Or doing some push-ups, it'll help. Thank you, Charlie, I'm sorry for this. Nothing to be sorry about, man, shit happens. You haven't done anything wrong. It's okay to feel bad though. But there's what we feel and there's what we choose to believe. What we believe. And we believe that you have not done something wrong, and we hope that you also believe that. Your well-being is more important than the story. Charlie says, no hate here, bro, only love. Exclamation mark. Indeed. Deep breaths, Jason, deep breaths. I don't know if Egg is here. What do I do? Are you feeling alright, Jason? Did you take those deep breaths? Did you scream into a pillow? Punch a pillow, do some push-ups, maybe some sit-ups, some jumping jacks. That could help as well. I'll do some push-ups too, man. Let's get this negative energy out of us. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Holy shit, I am super sore from the workout earlier. I'll join. Oh god. Maybe I'll do a plank. A plank is nice and you can sustain it. Hold it out. Let the abs burn. Let the energy, the rage flow through you. Release your anger, Anakin. Are you there, Jason, man? Talk to us. Status check. I did a, haha, can't do it. I'll wake up my crewmate. Oh, so you're still on your ship, Charlie? Well, where are you right now? Are you still on the boat? That sounds pretty gnarly if true. Man, I need to take a piss, but yes, 10 more days. Holy shit, that is super cool, dude. I've been wanting to, there's this thing where you can like go on a cargo ship across the ocean. It's kind of expensive. It's a few $1,000 bucks, I think. A couple thousand at least, maybe. But you can like ride across the Pacific Ocean, basically like hitch a ride on a cargo ship. And I feel like that would be a really interesting experience. I've never been at sea for more than just a few hours. I feel like it could be really, I don't know, just a really unique perspective on life, you know? I'm curious to chat more about that at some point with you. But for now, 1097 on Jason, status check on Jason. Are you there, Jason? Maybe he's not. Jason. The only water Jason. Did he leave? Possibly so. YouTube's viewer count is pretty inaccurate, but it says one person. Which is probably you. 2 people. Egg, is Egg here? Jason, are you here? It says 2 for me. Yeah, it says 2 now as well for me. I don't know, maybe he might be AFK. Maybe he's cleaning up the mess or something. Egg, Jason, are you out there? Ooh. Wait a minute here. My phone actually charged up kind of well. It's at 51%. Wait, Charlie, do you work with your dad? I assume not. I assume you were with him on land. But it would be crazy if you work with your dad, and that's how you guys saw me. Jason, Egg. Who's out there? No, bro, haha. I see. That'd be pretty crazy, though. Alright, I guess I'll continue the story, question mark? Until he says something? I don't know. What do you think, Charlie? We also lost Egg, too. Yeah, just before I left for work, we both joined the guitar stream with another dude who felt bad. Right, that was the one with the... He was also from Sweden, no? The one dude that was saying he's an alcoholic. I think it was a Swedish dude as well. Yeah, he was. He was. That was a really interesting experience, a really strange turn of events. Bro, I'm here either way. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think he left. Jason, if you hear me, man, talk to us when you come back. Oh, I want to... Hold on. I want to see... Fuck, I forget what the... There's a guitar shop here somewhere. I forget what it was called. I have to look it up at some point. Maybe I'll look it up now. Give me like 30 seconds. I'll be right back. Perfect. It says that it opens at 4 p.m. which is in like 20 minutes or something. All right, and my battery pack is out of juice, but I got to 52%, so that should be enough. So maybe I'll start walking over there and continue the story. Roy. Let's see what happens here, man. Alright, I guess I'll continue. I'll continue until, Jesus. Shit's wobbling hella. Alright, that should be a little better. Got the gym ball going. Let me see. Alright. I will have to go in like 20 minutes, so I'll be working in 8 hours. No worries, man. I appreciate you sticking around this long already. The time difference is crazy. Yeah. I mean, you're halfway across the world, my guy. It makes sense. Okay. I guess I'll finish it out. Basically, I went on that like walk with her, and I try and kind of talk some sense into her. Tell her to chill out. And I tell her, like, she's like super nonchalant about it. She's like, oh, like, dude, I love your stream, so relaxing to watch. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. Yeah, she's like, she's super nonchalant about it. I tell her, like, why did you ask, or like, why did you tell me you have a crush on me, like, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, I don't know, just blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, does no one know? Like, have you told him? Like, does he know? And she's like, nah, like, he doesn't need to know. Like, it's whatever, it doesn't matter. And I tell her, I give him like an ultimatum. I'm like, like, you can't just keep like flirting with me, you know, like you're in a relationship, like either you tell him or I will. And that kind of gets her to budge, and she ends up messaging him. She agrees to message him, and she messages him. She tells him like, hey, like, by the way, I have a crush on Ivan. And from what I heard, he like tried to call her. He like said like, Grace, like that's one of the most awkward things I've ever heard in my life. He was like perturbed, right? I mean, who wouldn't be? And they meet up, they try to talk it out, and I mean, she's just like, he has like no trust in her. It turns out she had crushes on like 4 other guys as well, 3 other guys, and it was just a whole mess. So their trust, I don't know, the trust just is broken or something. And this was actually like the day of graduation, so graduation day. And yeah, they break up. And I remember them at another point, he told me about like sitting on the curb, talking to her on like graduation day, and that was the day they broke up. So that happens. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? That's insane. Someone wanted to be on stream there. And you know, I hang out with him at some point later. I hang out with him at some point, like the next day or something. And like I finally kind of come clean about everything, and I tell him like, yeah, like I tell him about everything, that she was like flirting with me and all these things, and like that, like, you know, it was just really weird, and like I told her like she needs to tell you. And we were hanging out outside of like a school or something, just chilling. And I remember like months later, he told me in retrospect that he was really close to like punching me, like just wanting to beat the shit out of me that day. I think maybe I went about it a little too insensitively, or I don't know what it was. But he was like really angry to hear all this, and I think maybe I was a little too cheeky about it. I don't know what it was. But he starts to really resent me and hate me, and I guess maybe in a way blame me for them breaking up. I don't know. But they break up, and it's just a mess. And like at this point, it's like I don't really... Shoot, hold on. Disconnect for a second. I feel like I was very loyal to my friend, and you know, even though I felt really resentful and stuff myself, I kept to my principles, and you know, I had her tell him. But the dude like started hating me, and he was like just sending like nasty messages and stuff, and I was just kind of like at a loss, because I'm like, okay, like my best friend, or who used to be my best friend, like he hates me now, and they've broken up, and like this is where I kind of goof. This is where things got more messy. But at this point, I was kind of like, all right, like the bridge is burned. Like the dude hates me. This girl has a crush on me. I have a crush on her. Like, you know, and I think my feelings just kind of took over at that point, where I was like, all right, like, why not like hang out with her myself? And it's pretty bad. I know it is. we start hanging out, and through that summer, like we hang out more and more, and like we never dated officially, but it's not that bad. I don't know, what do you think, Shiley? I think you know, in my head, and I think it makes sense. In my head, I was like, okay, like, I'm only doing what he did to me, you know? Good evening, says Reverend Toot. Welcome, Reverend Toot. I'm telling a little story, cheeky little story here. Love triangle story. You know, I think that might be where you're going with it, Charlie. Like, yeah, I mean, in my head, I was like, you know what? Like, no, fuck that. Like, I felt like the tables turned on him, you know? Like, that's exactly what he had done to me in a way. Hi there, hope you're doing good. I am Reverend Toot. How are you, man? I'm doing pretty decent, man. I feel like the tables basically just turned on him, you know? Like, I had a crush on her and he started dating her. How is it unfair for them to break up, and since I have a crush on her and she has a crush on me, for me to start dating her, although we never were official? But, you know, I felt like I was only reflecting what he had already done. You know, I was only reflecting what he had done to me. That's how I felt about it. And I feel like it's a fair way to have felt then. I still feel like, you know, it's definitely messy in retrospect, like would I have done it again? I don't really know, but I felt pretty betrayed myself, and I felt like, you know, I was trying to, no dude, it's not bad at all, man. You didn't do anything until they broke up, right? Yeah, it was after they broke up. After they broke up. And it gets even messier because basically they break up, me and her start talking, and she's sort of like kind of like playing both sides. Like, she's telling us different stories, and like even after they broke up they're still kind of talking, but you know, he finds out that like me and her start hanging out, so now he really hates me. But he already hated me, so I was like, alright, like that's kind of some bullshit. Like, I didn't do anything while they were dating. I was like loyal to him. I looked out for him. I set that boundary with her, and I like had her tell him the truth. And so I still felt like it was kind of bullshit. And yeah, like at that point, like I felt like there was no friendship left, so I might as well, you know? And he got super angry, super like resentful, which is understandable. But I feel like I was only doing to him what he had already done to me, you know? I feel like it was all fair game. They started dating with him knowing I had a crush on her. And I guess, you know, Jesus, I just, oh my gosh, I just had some memories pop up. A lot of friends at that point, it's fair game. A lot of friends at that point called me Mr. Steal Yo Girl. Oh my gosh, man. It's, I don't know, it's a mess, man. Alright, let me get across the street first. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it stroked my ego a bit, but you know, like, ego aside, like, I don't know. I still don't know what the right move was. Hi man, how are you doing? XXL Albatross, holy shit, I haven't seen you in a long time, man. I remember your name though. How are you? I'm alright, man. Also, I'll start calling you that, man. Nah, that's in the past, man. Those are old days. Those days are behind me. But it was just a mess, man. And, you know, me and her, we started hanging out over the summer. I'm okay, thanks, sir. I see. I'm alright as well, man. We started, like, hanging out over the summer. And, yeah, like, we started getting closer. We never started dating officially. We never even did anything, like sexually. We kissed and hugged, and that was at most, you know? Hey there, can I ask you a question? You certainly can. Is it English or Spanish, I assume? But yeah, and so, you know, as the summer goes on, there was some time where he was sending me messages and he was like, oh, like, you betrayed me, like there it is, English or Spanish, I knew it. Both of them, bro. And he was like, oh, you're like a devil, you're like a demon spawn, and you like shot an arrow through my heart, and like just all this shit. Which like I understand, but like, you know, I feel like whoever moves first likes their gender. That's one way to put it. I felt like it was just a bunch of bogeymen. And so yeah, you know, I kind of was like, all right, friendship's over, ha 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 ha. Friendship's over, like fuck it, like whatever, like it's gone. We're no longer friends, like he hates me. I might as well, like what more do I have to lose? I might as well. And so yeah, I started like hanging out with her over summer, like we would go hiking and it was really nice. And we went to like a concert. I even lost that one. True. We went to a concert for Tool. I don't know if you guys know who Tool is. Logan the Log says hello again. Welcome back again, Logan. Hello. We went to a Tool concert. This is like the pinnacle of like our situationship, if you will. You know, it felt really good. It was a really special night. Tool is one of my favorite bands, one of her favorite bands. It was really intimate and it was great. And you know, at some point a few weeks later, she kind of cuts things off and she's like, oh, like we're heading for college soon. And she kind of like stroked my ego a bit too. Hello, Stone, says CJ. Welcome back. Love Tool. Really psychedelic rock. Yeah, dude. What's up, CJ? I'm trying to wrap up a story about the love triangle I had in high school here. So I'm gonna keep on with that. But welcome everyone. But yeah, like a few weeks later, she's kind of like stroking my ego. She's kind of like letting me down softly, it felt like. She was like, oh, like, you know, college is coming around the corner, like, you know, like you're probably gonna get so many girls, like, you probably will forget about me anyways, like, I don't want you to be like restricted by me, blah, blah, blah. And you know, like she moved as well, like an hour away or something. And I remember I was like willing to go, I was willing to bike over to her. I was really into biking at that point. And I was even gonna bike like 3 hours just to go see her one time, but she didn't want me to. And police. Yeah, just this kind of, damn. It was kind of this mess where she was like kind of tapering off and like wanting to cut things off, wanting to not talk. And I was just kind of confused, but I was like, I guess it kind of makes sense. We were both going off to college, but she was definitely the initiator. So at some point she like stopped talking to me. I'm like, fuck. All right, well, I guess, you know, I had nothing to lose, but I lost both my friend and I lost this girl, you know? And then, you know, months go by. Yo, brother, says Oni Onyx. I like that name. What's up, man? Months go by. I don't really talk to her. And I think around Christmas or Halloween or something, I find out that like they had gone back together. The girl and my buddy Noah, my ex-buddy Noah. They had gone back together, they were dating again, and then they were like having these troubles. They like broke up and there was just this whole mess. At some point over like winter break, Christmas, I come back down and I like talk to my buddy and we try to like make amends. We try to like talk it through. How are you, bro? I'm all right, man. How are you? We try and talk it through, and you know, I kind of tell him a lot more about my side of the story. He tells me a lot more about his. I find out that on the day that me and her went to that concert, she had literally gone to his house the day before and they had sex. And so I was just like, what the fuck? This is some craziness. This is some bullshit. Like, she's just playing both of us. And she really was. And so it was just a mess, man. And we shoot. yeah, me and my boy Noah were like, I don't know, not really cool. We tried to be cool, but we just weren't. And there's just too much there. But I find out that, you know, a lot of the shit that I experienced just felt like a lie. And she would like tell him like, oh, like, yeah, I was just dating Ivan because he was like really interesting. Like he had a really interesting mind. Like I didn't actually like him. Like blah blah. Just all this shit. And I was pretty angry. I felt pretty resentful towards her, towards myself. And it kind of just fucked me up for a long time. I'm good. Where are you from? I'm from USA, but I'm currently in Mexico. But yeah, and then I guess like the end to at least her. One day after New Year's, she messages me, and she's like, "Hey, Ivan, like, how are you?" And I was like, "New year, new me. Who dis?" And I was just playing dumb. I knew it was her. But she messaged me and she's like, "Oh, like it's me, Grace. It's me, Grace." I'm like, "Grace? Like Grace who?" She's like, "Grace, her last name, you bitch." Laughing emoji. And I was like, "Oh, Grace, the same Grace that fucked my friend like the day before we went to the Tool concert." And she's like, "Okay then, have a good night, Ivan." And that was January of 2018. And ever since then, we have not spoken a word to each other. So it's been about 6 years. 6 years now. And that's basically the gist of it, man. That's the gist of the main story. That's cool AF that you answer her back like that. What up? Yeah, it's funny, dude, because I actually felt really bad for answering that way. I had some roommates who like were encouraging me to like clap back at her like that. The words we were using was "send her to the Shadow Realm." It's like a Yu-Gi-Oh reference. And so they're like, "Bro, like send her to the Shadow Realm, like roast her, like shit on her, you know?" And at that point in my life, it was probably one of the meanest things I'd ever done to someone. So I actually felt really shitty. I ended up going to the gym like that same night and like just fighting demons, but I resisted the urge to say anything more. And as time went on, you know, it was what it was. So I never talked to her again, and I still haven't. And now it's been 6 years. So yeah, there you go, man. I feel like that was already super long. You're so wholesome, dude. We need more people like you. Yeah, I try my best. The funny part is, hold on, let me make sure I know where I'm going here. I think it's somewhere over here, the guitar shop. Man, that's a story if I've ever heard one. I got 2 questions before I go. Looking back at it, would you have done anything differently, and if so, what? Or let it play out like it happened? I have no fucking clue, man, honestly. You know, I feel like I've told people this story a lot. I would tell it pretty often. And, you know, some people are like, yeah, like, that's fucked up. Like, bros before hoes, like, he should have respected the friendship. Other people have been like, "Ah, dude, like it's fair game, like, you know, like get over it, like, you know, like you don't have like a claim on a girl or anything, and that like, you know, whoever acts on it first acts on it." But I don't know, I feel like I did my best. And I really don't know I even asked him once when we were a little cooler what he would have wanted me to do, and I think he said like to bring it up to him, but I just don't believe it. You know, I feel like I just don't see that happening. Like if I brought it up, I just don't feel like he would have been like, oh yeah, totally, dude. Like I'll stop dating her. And it just feels, I feel like there's just no way to play it. Honestly, I feel like there's just no right answer. I really don't know. I really don't know. But I don't know. I don't think bottling it up helped. I think maybe I could have communicated it. Whether it would have helped, whether something productive would have come of it, I feel like probably not, but maybe he's right. I think it certainly could have helped to at least bring it up instead of just letting it simmer and boil as this like secret, you know? Well, it depends on what you consider more valuable. It's true that it's fair game and the first one who acts gets it, but with that action you might lose a friend. Yeah, exactly, you know? I mean, we certainly, so I guess Noah wanted the girl more than being friends with you in some way. I don't know. I really don't understand it. I feel like when I've talked about it with him before in the past, it seemed that he kind of just felt that I was in the wrong. But I guess that's how conflict goes, you know? Most people feel they're in the right. But I really don't feel like there was a right. I don't know. I could have brought it up. Maybe something different would have happened. But it's all in the past now. Damn, there's some donkeys over here. Which is pretty cool. I've never seen donkeys, man. Right over here, pretty sick. But bro, when are you streaming again? I stream every day, man. Basically. What time is it? Whatever time it is now, I tend to stream like starting 3 hours ago. Like usually local time it's like, let me see what time it is. Local time like 12 p.m. to 4 p.m., 5 p.m., something like that. I tend to go at 2-hour intervals. But yeah, I mean, I stream every day, man. Around this time, typically. But yeah. I don't know where I am. I'll be here tomorrow, dude. Love the stream and take care. Thank you, Charlie, dude. I appreciate you hanging around for so long, man. And listening to my story. And just being supportive and stuff in general. Hope you get a guitar for us. If it wasn't for you, I probably wouldn't be right now. But I'm gonna go see what happens here. Appreciate you, man. Have a good night. Safe sails. Safe sails out at sea, man. See you around. Who else goes there? I don't think I'm heading in the right direction. I'm gonna check Google Maps, see where I need to go. By the way, I feel privileged if you sharing that story, man. Wow. You're very welcome, man. I feel privileged that you listened to the whole thing. It was a long story. Good night. Take care, man. Good night. See you around. Aloha fish. Fish tacos and shrimp tacos. Wow. Is there anyone out there? Is there anybody out there? Oh shit, this gym looks pretty sick. City Fit, Nuestro Ignacio. That looks pretty cool. Alright, I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot here. It was nice telling that story to Charlie and everyone else who listened. But maybe I'll wrap on up here unless someone out there wants to talk to me. Any takers? Any takers? Alright, I'm heading out of here. I don't know if anyone's there, but if there is, thanks for watching. Take care. Peace.